got the friends with benefits. We got the friends.
With Tash York and Bettie Bombshell. Hi, mate.
Hello, how are you?
I'm quite well. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I'm glad you didn't decide to drink a coffee during the intro this time.
I did just pour a coffee, though, during the intro.
See, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. This new ISOU, drinking coffee during the podcast.
Tell you what, I'm not even drinking anymore. It's just, I know. Who is she? What has happened?
I don't know if we can be friends anymore. Like, how we exist.
But honestly, the economy isn't going to go down because of this Corona jam. It's because I've stopped drinking all the alcohol. That's what it is. That's it.
Makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
And yes, we cannot be.
We cannot be what? Friends anymore?
Friends anymore. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, ever since you crossed over to the dark side, you're in WA, you guys seem really precious about your borders and shit over there. You're just like, no one can come play with us. We don't want to open.
We don't even want it to do it. So
I mean,
yeah, they're really like, everything's fucking a secret over here. I was just like, guys, it's WA. No one wants to come here anyway. Like, what do you?
You have 0 cases. It's fine.
There was 3. I don't know. I just made that up. I just completely made that up.
3 ever?
3 ever in the world. Oh, 3 ever. Honestly, nothing. Everything is closed here, and it's kind of the same.
Oh, really?
As it always was.
Yeah, I was like, I was under the impression that you guys had way more lax restrictions than we did over on the east side of Australia.
I'm honestly not sure. Pretty much everything is shut anyway, but people are still because I'm in Freo, people are let's go to the beach.
Yeah,
let's go to the fucking beach. And everyone's just contaminating everyone on the beach.
Yeah, whereas everything in Melbourne is let's go to a bar or a cafe.
100%.
That's all you can do here, and that is non-existent. There's nothing to do.
There's nothing on.
Or go to the theatre.
There's nothing on.
Or go to some sport.
Or did you want to go?
No.
To the movie? No. No.
But luckily,
play on the playground? No. Can't.
No. But lucky it's freezing as hell here, so I mean, there's not really much to do outside anyway.
I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not a lot on. I don't know. Everyone here's going to the beach. I'm just watching them at the beach. I get sunburned.
Yes, we know this.
Wow. How much beer do you have? What?
So new development. New development in my life.
Yeah.
So Kev got a kegerator. So basically we have a beer tap in our house. We have a 50-litre keg of beer in a fridge with a beer tap. Because Kev wanted one for ages and he got made permanent in his job during the
Kev.
Yes, Kev. Someone's got to earn money in this relationship.
Right. Do it.
And then he was like, well, this is my present to myself. And I was like, this is an excellent present considering that, we don't have bars here anymore. We've got our own bar now. So it's great.
And you didn't need to buy it, Tash. You only benefit from it.
Correct. Friends with benefits. That's what this is about.
Best kind of gift.
Yeah.
When you don't have to buy the thing, but you directly benefit from the thing.
Exactly. And even better was that because Kev's from the UK, he checked his UK bank balance and his dad had sent him money for his 30th birthday, which basically almost covered the whole cost of this kegerator. So he thought he was going to have to buy himself the present, and then it essentially was a present. So
it was bought for him. It just didn't even. That's when it's goddamn beautiful,
right? Everything about it, mwah, mwah.
Just bellissimo.
Couldn't find a keg place that would sell us the beer that we wanted. We went down to the pub next door to us because they're still doing takeaway pizza and takeaway beers and stuff.
Cute. Yeah.
And so we went and asked them, and they were like, "Here, have this beer." And normally it's $400, and we got it for $200 because they have excess barrels because obviously nothing's open.
They're please take it from us. Please
There's some benefits from this Corona, supply and demand situation here.
Fuck yes. Down with capitalism. I love that. That's so fucking stunning. And you just have, for everyone listening and not watching, just a mug of beer as big as her face. It's straight up though. It's bigger than your face, and I didn't think anything was.
No, I know. I have a fucking massive head.
I know.
Yeah.
And that beer is bigger than it.
Yeah.
Are you just going to be hammered by the end of this?
I don't know. This is the first one, so
I don't know.
it's like you guys. I don't know. But speaking of a friend with benefit, we have a friend amongst us, with
Gorgeous
us,
segue.
around
Gorgeous.
us. Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
With us, currently listening to us, but cannot respond.
Cannot respond. We've muted that fucker out of the Zoom
Oh my
combo.
God, it's all I've ever wanted.
Goodness.
Shall we? You know what? Let's just do us two. Let's not have them.
Yeah, we'll just, like, no one needs it. No one needs that, energy. That
Honestly, we're enough. So.
we're enough.
Why am I not enough?
I don't know, because you don't drink anymore. So
Well, look, I'm just really trying to better myself. So if you don't, that would be great.
don't. Yeah.
I'm not drinking because I don't want to. A little bit that though. I'm not drinking because I took a break from drinking and then I drank a lot. And then I was violently ill for one whole day. Oh, babe, I haven't felt like that in a while, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, no, you know what? No, not for me.
No.
No.
Just stick to the good old-fashioned stuff, Just fun, celebration.
Bit of fun, a good song.
A good old, dice rolling game. We love it. Yeah.
Love a good knee slapping joke.
Get your spoons out, play some music.
Takes me back. That does.
Sometimes a little spoon and like a mirror. Anyway.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I've only stopped drinking, I was like, great. Anyway, back to our guest.
Okay. Yes. Our fabulous guest. They are an incredible drag queen, burlesque performer, costume maker,
everything.
And goddamn bitch ass hoe to have at like a party. I tell you what, this girl, my goodness, is the one, is the only Scarlet Adams.
Scarlet Adams.
Hello. Start my video. Let's do it.
Start your video, bitch.
Start your video, bitch. Yay! Hi, Gil. Hey.
Hi, Gil. How are you?
I'm good. I've just been run off my feet, just gig after gig, just no time to myself, no time to think,
It's all go for you.
Is that because they've let people come to visit now? Is that why you've got gig after gig, or?
Yep. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Grindr's reopened again.
Yeah. It's been a busy 3 days.
I can imagine, girl. How you been? How's ISO treating you, babes?
Yeah, not too bad. I've gone into my days of blur phase, I guess now, where I'm like, oh yeah, I've got a project to do, and then before I know the week's over and I haven't actually got out of bed yet. So
I feel
but that's fine, because next week, nothing on. Do it next week.
I'll get it done next week.
The same. Yes.
It's fine. It's totally fine. I feel that.
I've decided to rewatch all of The Simpsons.
Oh my God.
Which is like
Same?
30 seasons, and they're like 25 episodes a season. I'm up to season 9. Like, I'm hammering through.
Girl, you've been busy.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. On Disney Plus, I signed up for Disney Plus just to get the Simpsons. That's it.
That's all I've watched on this. All I've watched on Disney Plus. Like a whole plethora of all these incredible, amazing Marvel movies. No, Simpsons.
Everything. Simpsons. But let's be honest, Simpsons is all we need in these times.
Yeah.
Also, Sister Act 1 and 2, though. Very good.
Is that on Disney Plus?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, why would I lie to you about this shit?
Because it's
the best. I had a whoopee day the other day. And
Whoa! And a whoopee day.
A whoopee day. That's amazing. And
then she was on Drag Race. I was like, get out. Get out. Whoopee, you just taken over my life.
What are you doing? Whoopee day. Whoopee. That's nice.
Whoopee.
Whoopee.
And that's how Scarlet Adams died. There we go. Gorgeous girl. Gorgeous. Oh, I saw actually. You have been busy, which is super exciting to see. You've been doing some online shows, correct?
Yeah, I did. We did one last night, actually. It's fun.
How'd it go?
Yeah, really good. It's really a testament to what happens when tech guys get really bored. Because the setup was lit. There was like 3 cameras. One of them was on a dolly, full set, like lighting and everything. It was camp.
Holy hell, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
And where did you do that? What was the jam?
It was at a TV studio in Osborne Park.
So cool.
With like a full like tech desk. They even have like the little banners that come up while you're watching with like, you can vote by texting who you want to win. And there's like a live it's camp. You guys need to tune in and watch it. It's called Digital Drag Factory. It's stunning. I don't want to actually go, but I want Corona to stay because I just want to do this version now forever because it's so much fun.
Like, I just want to go to the studio every day and just shoot and then go home. That is fucking incredible. I love seeing everyone sort of settled into the online times, if you will. And, you know, there's always that weird teething time where everyone's like, what the fuck how do I edit? I don't know. What's a live stream? Now everyone's really settling into it and people are getting creative. Like you were in a fucking TV studio.
So good.
I love that there was a dolly. I just love that. You know, it's not like an iPhone on a tripod. You had like a full...
Well, that's what we thought. We were just going to do an iPhone with a ring light on a fucking...
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah. And then we came in and we're like, oh, can you help us with this? Because we don't really know what we're doing. And then we got in and it was like TV cameras. And we were like, oh, okay, work. Stunning. Thanks.
Great. Glad I did the good makeup today. That's great.
Yeah. It's like, it's in 8K HD. So we got there and I was like, it's like, no, don't zoom in.
Literally, just like, I'd like to keep it on. Like, don't even fuck me.
Can we have the season 1 Drag Race filter, please? Good.
I want that constantly for my life.
Totally.
Just a diffuse glow around me at all times.
It's the best.
I love it.
Absolutely.
So, before Rona hit, like, talk us through, like, what a regular week in, like, the Scarlet Adams agenda would have been. Like, what kind of gigs and stuff you were doing beforehand versus what it looks like now.
So I would be doing every Wednesday, I do Drag Factory, which is like our open mic night at the Court Hotel. So anyone who wants to perform, come down and win some cash money and come and do that. And we host it. I host it with Alexis. And then on a Friday, I'd be doing either production shows or mingling and getting absolutely trashed at one of the 2 venues. Which is the part that I miss the most, man. Like, the part that I miss the most isn't actually the performing and the art and the drag. It's the sitting on the terrace of a nightclub at 4 a.m., a pack of cigarettes deep, a double Jackson Coke in my hand talking absolute nonsense. That's what I miss.
You know what? I miss that too. I miss seeing you in that state as well.
I miss seeing all of us in that state. Let's be honest. This is why we're friends.
This is the only reason why we're friends, because we're absolute trash. That's it.
I think one of the first times we ever met, Betty, was I think it was the second time we met after Miss Burlesque Australia, and we were at Connections. It was 6 a.m.
It was.
And the lights had come on, the music had gone off, and I was like, all right, girl, this is the best time to find cigarettes. So we're walking around like like T-Rexes on the terrace of Connections, just with our heads down. I'm like, you look over there, I'm going to look over here, looking for cigarettes 100%. On the floor.
Miss Burlesque Australia 2018, Miss Burlesque Australia 2019. After Connections had closed, everyone had left, and Scarlett was like, no, don't worry about it, girl, I got you. And we are like T-Rexing our way across Connections outside, and we're like, you find any? No, neither. Shit.
How is it that WA have such a small amount of cases when this shit happens at your gate?
It's because we've built up all
an immunity.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. We're all disgusting, and everyone's just like, nah, we're fine. Don't worry about the Rona.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Amazing. What day?
And then...
Yeah.
And then, like on a Saturday, I normally do a shit ton of hens parties, which is fun because I get to get paid to go to random people's houses, eat their food, drink their Prosecco, and sidestep clap to Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So,
yes.
Not doing that anymore.
Oh, babe.
You can do that for us anytime. That's fine.
I'm surprised you're not doing virtual hens parties. I mean, it'd just be that in your own home. You could just get drunk and you wouldn't have to wear high heels.
gorge.
True.
Just from the knees up, everything's fine. I love it. Actually, I've seen that Art Simone in Melbourne is doing driveway drag, like popping in and doing driveway spot numbers, which I think is so fucking excellent. Just
That's
in the
amazing.
day, like doing a number, got her wheelie
in
bag.
your driveway.
Like, oh, it just wheels away. It's so great.
Yeah, I love it.
I know, right? Stunning. Amazing. Well, let's go back to the beginning then. How long have you been doing drag, and how did you get into it? What were you doing? Did you just stumble in, fall onto stage, off you go?
Yeah, kind of. I've been doing drag since, so the first time I ever did drag properly, I was 17 years old. It was Pride night. And I just could not wait an extra year. I think it was 3 months until I turned 18, and I couldn't wait. It was just too long of a time.
Honestly.
So I got into the most awful drag. I did a rainbow eye because it was Pride, but it was just like red, orange, yet like just stripes up my eye to my eyebrow, which wasn't blocked, and just some red lipstick on, and and like a red wig and a shitty like op shop dress. And I had a friend who was 18 who worked at the venue at the time. Doesn't work there anymore, so it's fine. I can tell this story.
Everything's
fine. And I sort of like very nervously came up to the door. And then he came out and was like, "Girl, you're late. You need to be on stage in 5 minutes. Let's go. Ushered me through the door. I needed to be on stage looking like that. Yeah, sure thing.
I fucking love that friend. And you're like,
that's how I got into drag. Yeah, I had these big dreams of being a film and television director, but no, cross-dressing. Yeah,
that's really where the money is. That's where the
really
big dollars are. Amazing. Well, what did you do before drag? Were you a dancer at all, like creative? Because you're a costumer, you're obviously a drag performer, burlesque performer. What was the beginnings of it all?
All of that sort of came from drag. So in school, I was very artsy, and like I did film and television and drama and dance and stuff like that. But I was really sort of heading towards, like I was studying film and television at university, like I was really heading towards that direction. And then, drag just took me by the balls, tucked them up inside me, and I became a full-time drag queen. And then I
drag just took me by the balls.
Took me by the balls and tucked them up inside me.
That might be the name of the episode, you know.
I'm literally writing it down right now.
I did a competition in 2013 called Queen of the Core, and I won it. And it's like the big drag comp that we do in Perth every year. And then from there, that's where sort of everything. I started getting like paid gigs, and someone who was a ballroom dancer was looking for a drag queen ballroom dancer. So they were like, come and do ballroom with me. And then I became the first ever drag queen ballroom dancer in Western Australia.
That was amazing. I had no idea.
Comps and stuff. Yeah. So that's where I sort of learned to dance, is ballroom.
That is hilarious. I knew that you had some sort of ballroom background, and you can see it in your movements and the way you sort of extend and stuff like that. But I had no idea that's why. I just assumed you did ballroom in your early years.
I couldn't. You should see the videos of me from when I started doing drag. I was like a tree in the wind, bitch.
Girl, you're going to have to link me. You're going to have to link me.
My first ever performance, I did Taylor Dane, Can't Get Enough of Your Love Now. Oh my God. The giant blonde afro filled with flour.
Correct.
This is my first ever performance.
Correct.
The beat hits and I go like this with my afro, and all the flour came down.
Oh my God.
Into the front row of the audience. I just, everyone's drinks were ruined, and I destroyed out in Perth's photographer's camera. I ruined his camera. First ever show I ever did.
Wow. Wow. I fucking love that story. Holy shit. First ever show. I'm going to destroy everything for everybody.
You don't think about those things, though. You have big dreams of like some big moment, and then it's just like, oh yeah, the other stuff. Like, oh, that's so
other consequences. What?
Don't care. I love that. Good lesson for budding performers. Think of the consequences.
Think of the consequences. Just a good life lesson.
I think so. For anyone ever, think of the consequences. Yeah.
Especially when you're sharing a stage with many other people. It's really fun when people spit firewater all over the stage. That's a good time. That's
a good tip. Good time.
Good tip. Then there's a swing dancing duo straight after that.
Yep.
What a time. Yeah.
Yeah. Lessons you learn, people you don't hire. Great.
Or just bring your own tarp.
Yeah.
Bring your own tarp.
Bring a fucking towel. I don't know. Or just don't do it. Who can say?
Yeah.
I love that. I had no idea. That's cool.
So in 2018, correct me if I'm wrong, you won Miss Burlesque Australia.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Tell me how that came about. Just like, you're like, yeah, I'm going to be a drag queen. I'm going to win Miss Burlesque Australia. What up? Like, fuck
Don't
you.
worry about it.
I was like was it 2 years? Maybe it was a year before or something. I went to Miss Burlesque Western Australia the year that Veruca won. And I'd never really seen burlesque before. I'd seen burlesque before, but I hadn't really seen it in that context where it was like full burlesque. It's a full burlesque show. And I went to go support my friend Carl Chaos, who won that year.
Yes.
But it was on the same time as the Miss Burlesque WA finals, semi-finals. And I was just sitting there, I was like, this is fucking incredible. I love this so much. I want to do this. And especially because Veruca is such an animated performer in the way that she performs. And I was like, I'm in love with her. And the funny thing was, I was sitting with someone, and it was the Mr. Boylesque portion, and there was a drag king who performed. And this person was like, oh, I don't think that's fair, that they let a woman compete in Mr. Boylesque. Boylesque should be for men and burlesque should be for women. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to do burlesque. They're like, nah, you couldn't because, you don't have tits and, you'd have to wear stock. And I was like, okay, bitch. And I literally said to my friend that night, I was like, I'm going to compete next year and I'm going to win just to spite. And then it happened.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Fucking yes. Anybody that says you can't do a thing because of your gender, because of your assigned gender at birth, fuck you. Anyone can do whatever they want. And I love that you just went, I'm going to win it. And then I did. Yes. That's so excellent.
I love that we're all kind of people of that ilk of when people will tell us that we can't do something. We're like, yeah, just hold the phone. Really? All right, great. See ya.
Watch me.
Just apply. Don't worry about it.
Watch me.
My online application, submit. Great. Thank you. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that was your first time ever competing. So you competed, you won Miss Burlesque WA, and then you went on to win Miss Burlesque Australia. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had done burlesque before at the Court Hotel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, first time on a stage like that competing.
I love that.
Just crushed it. Just fucking crushed it. Whatever.
I just love that concept as well. When people are like, oh, I didn't do your time, or people go into it being like, oh, I couldn't win it or whatever. I'm just having a go. It's like, no. You only have to do it once. Go in there and do it right. You can absolutely smash it. I love it. I love that.
Well, I wasn't expecting to win at all because I was going in for a good time to have fun.
And you're not a dickhead, so.
Yeah. And I was just wanted to just be girly and take my clothes off.
Yeah,
and then, the WA win, I was like, fuck.
Yeah. I remember when you won WA, and I remember everyone being like, Scarlet Adams, Scarlet Adams, Scarlet Adams, Scarlet Adams. And I was like, this bitch is fierce. I was instantly just like, just going to stalk her real quick. Okay.
It was funny because that much I wasn't expecting to win, that I was like, oh, I'm not even going to take my old lady prosthetic off. Doesn't matter. Right. And then because I did this act where I was Queen Elizabeth II stripping, and I did this full face prosthetic old woman. And I was like, oh, we've only got a half hour change. I'm not going to be able to take this off and put her face back on. I'll just leave it on. And then got crowned and had to accept the award with this fucking old woman prosthetic on.
Honestly, if anyone just wants to have a good fucking giggle, Go and see that
Oh my
photo
God.
because you're in like full gown and like face. It's so excellent. I love it. And that number that you did as Queen Elizabeth, I remember watching that and just being like, this is what it's all about right here. This is comedy. That shit made me laugh so fucking much. And whoever it was that assisted you and did, what's his name? The fucking guy who came on was incredible as well. Like everybody's acting and everybody's everything was just perfect. It was so great. I love that number.
That was my ballroom dance partner.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's how I was able to do that death spin. I was like, I'm going to be an old woman with saggy tits and you need to death spiral me at the back of the stage before I have a sip of tea. Like, this is how it's going.
Now it all makes sense because I was like, girl, all right, who is that number? Do the old spinneroo. No, that number was really fucking hilarious. It was truly so excellent. I loved it.
So dumb.
Where do you like get your inspirations from when you're like putting an act together? Like, does it start in like a drag brain? Does it start in a burlesque brain? Does it start with a look? Like, where does the inspiration start?
All over the place. All over the place. Sometimes it will be the music and I'm like, well, I love this music. I want to do something to this. Sometimes it's like, oh, I want to dress up like a giant coconut tree and strip. And so I do an act where I am a giant stripping coconut. Yeah, like
that is a true thing that happens. Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. I love that.
Yeah, all over the place.
All right. What would you say would have been like to date your most favorite kind of performing moment? It doesn't have to be, the biggest award that you've won or something like that. But your most favorite moment, maybe it was somebody had said something to you or, something had happened or.
Probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to me performance-wise was at the Court Hotel. At the Court Hotel, every month there's a new production show and there's a different theme. And we were doing 1 month and it was a RuPaul tribute show. So the whole show was RuPaul music. And then on the last night of the show there was also an event at the court and it was Michelle Visage was hosting it. It was like this mini drag competition. And then who happened to be in WA at the same time but RuPaul. And because Michelle was at the court hosting this, he was like, oh, I'll pop down to see my friend Michelle. And so we performed the RuPaul tribute show with RuPaul in the audience.
That is so stunning.
Wow.
That is so stunning.
It was, my heart is beating right now thinking about it. Because we had no idea. We literally rocked up and I'd done my normal makeup and then the manager of the court came backstage and was like, just let you guys know RuPaul was in the building. And I was like, get the glitter!
Fucking hell.
Next more wigs, fuck!
Get a warning, hey.
Yeah, maybe 5-10 minutes before we went on stage, we found out.
Oh my God.
Wow. Just being like, we're going to hold for 15, just a cheeky 15 hold. That's what we're doing. Okay.
And did you get to meet him or anything afterwards? Or did he just do the celebrity thing and just skulk away?
Yeah, well, he was we were told, you're not allowed to go up to him, you're not allowed to approach him, you're not allowed to ask him for a photo, all of this shit. And I was like, okay, whatever, but it was still girly.
But
he had a great time. Please just have a photo. Please. But there are photos of us performing and then RuPaul in the background is
just all of you on stage taking selfies to try and get him.
Right? Just can you put more red on me?
Sorry, can you just put this spotlight on this audience member? It's up
right here, and we're going to walk to this corner and pose.
And
everyone
pose.
Give me levels. There we are. That's great. That's amazing. Oh, I had no idea. How long ago was that?
Oh, fuck. I think this was 2017, maybe.
Yeah, right. Just popped in. Good old Rue. I love it.
I just popped in for a cheeky peppy girl.
Thought I'd get a vodka and Coke and then
just at the Court Hotel, just
in Perth.
Well, his husband is originally from Perth. That's why he was in town.
Yeah.
My friend knows someone who is in the family of his husband and was like, oh, do you want to see photos of RuPaul at my Christmas dinner?
That's so
and showed pictures in the most Australian bush like out back, just like with plastic lawn chairs, and he's sitting there in his Epstein and Klein suit with a scotch and coke, and everyone else is standing around him with VBs and like mullets. It's amazing.
That is so funny. Is he sitting there just like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me?
Yeah, literally just like so uncomfortable while like his husband's family sit up VBs.
Oh my God. That is honestly one of the best images, I think. And I imagine them leaving and then the family being like, it's interesting, isn't he? Interesting, yeah, it doesn't talk a lot, but that's all right. Yeah. Oh my God.
Just would have no idea about his celebrity.
Absolutely.
Probably no idea. Yeah.
Like, very nice.
Drag. Oh, so you race cars, do you?
Oh, I didn't. A mechanic. Are you there?
Drag race. Oh, cool. Yeah.
I genuinely had a friend that didn't watch RuPaul's Drag Race because she thought it was a show about drag racing. Like, genuinely was like, why the fuck do you watch this? I was like, what? What do you even mean?
Okay.
Ever look at the pictures? Like, there's no
honestly
there. Like,
no. Well, remember, like the logo of RuPaul's Drag Race with the her and the flag. She genuinely was like, "Why the fuck are you watching your show about cars?" I was like, "You're an idiot.
You have no idea.
Immediately not friends. Yeah, like, get away from me." Hilarious. Well, now that you've done your best moment, what would you say is perhaps your most not favourite performing moment?
Oh,
so evil, just on this chair. You're like, for those of you who are not watching the video, Betty is on a swivel chair, and as she asked that question, it's basically like a tiny little bat in a lair with her fucking
a little white cat in your lap.
Right?
What is your baby not so fit?
What is my worst moment? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have been on stage a couple of times blackout drunk. I don't even remember doing it. Like, I've watched an entire show.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're such a brat. I love it so much. I love it. Yeah.
Apparently, like, I had this gig beforehand and it was like an open bar, and then apparently went and hosted a gay prom that I don't remember hosting.
I just want to clarify, you didn't create the gay prom, you just were invited to host it. It just sounds like you whipped up a gay prom while you were...
No, I went to a gay prom and hosted the whole thing. Did numbers, did like best dress, everything like that. Don't remember it at all.
Did you appear drunk? Was anyone like, oh, girl?
I don't know. There's a photo of me behind the DJ deck, like pretending to DJ, but like instead of having a headphone on the side of my head, I had like a microphone attached, like in my ear.
Wow. I'm obsessed with that. That's great.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But other than that, I mean, I did a number once where we were mock playing violins, and as I'm playing the violin, the bow, just went into my wig, took my wig off with it, and then I had to pretend play the violin, but like there was a wig attached to the end of the whole time I'm doing the number, and I'm just bald.
That sounds like that should have happened though. Like, I would live for that act where you do it every time, and there's just like every time you just take off another wig with the violin though.
Oh my god, wig reveals!
Yeah.
Yes.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Imagine just watching that and being like, is this in the curry? I fucking love it.
Everyone who plays the violin is like, what the fuck are you doing?
I love that.
Those bows are so expensive. You're like, yeah, they're my wig revealers. It's fine. Don't worry.
It's my wig revealers. It's fine. Bows are expensive.
Yeah, they really are. Like, hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's true, because anyone that's like, oh fuck, I've broken it, I'm like, just get another one. They're like, that's not
how it works.
No.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What do you reckon will be your first, like, when this is like all completely over, like, what do you think your first thing is that you will do, like, post-COVID times? Like,
probably go to the sauna and have an orgy, but other than that, yeah, well, I guess everything will reopen and we'll be back to normal shows, and very excited. I can't wait to come back to like the East Coast.
Yeah.
And do shows, because I mean, like, I had so many things that I was supposed to be doing over there that all got cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
had.
I'll be back over your way.
I know. We had the pleasure of
Hopefully.
working with you during Adelaide Fringe, doing after hours.
Yay!
Fun. And
I just love that we snuck off like Adelaide Fringe in there just before COVID hit. Just snuck her in. Oof,
so
just snuck her in.
rewarding. It's like, yeah. It was like we were talking to the bank today, and like the lady was like, "Oh, what do you do for a job?" And I was like, "Nothing, just not
None.
one thing, not one thing at all. It's
No.
fine." Like I was like,
What do you do? Law and Order. I watch a lot of Law and Order.
SVU.
Uh-huh.
I drink tap beer and I watch Law and Order. That's what I do with my life now.
And apparently you just buy more cats.
Yeah, I'm getting a third cat probably next week.
Oh my god! Yay!
Yeah, her name is Hippo, and she's currently staying with our friends Dukes and Platts, who are both performers. Well, Dukes is a circus performer and Platts is like a technician. And as COVID was starting, they decided to adopt 5 tiny baby kittens to basically look after them over the quarantine time, which by the way was an excellent decision on their
honestly such a good choice.
You got nothing but time to pat 5 tiny little baby kittens.
They were so small as well. So
small. So small.
They
so
didn't have ears. They were like those
Did
bushy cats. They were just like little blobs for a while, and I was like,
like hand-sized blob cats. Just like, would you like a handful of cats?
Little fairy nuts.
all 5 of them.
Little fairy nuts. Some nuts for you. Okay.
I'm getting one of their little kittens because basically they wanted all of their friends to adopt them so that they could still go and visit all of these cats that they raised.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So
So I'm turning into a crazy cat lady. Three cats.
Stunning.
Next week. Yeah.
What do you mean turn? You're already there, babe. You're already there. There's no turning.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Aretha doesn't really count because most of the time she hides under the bed or in my closet. So
she's not real. She's not a real cat. She only appears sometimes. It's true. It's fine. She's imaginary.
Or at 4 o'clock in the morning when she would like to just meow really loudly. I'm like,
maybe she's just I don't know, heaps on the eckies. She's trying to go to Revolver or some shit.
I think it's normally
time to get out. Wow.
I think she's just trying to find Batman, and because he's black, she can't see him in the dark. And
so
he's just hiding somewhere, and she's like,
Batman. Yeah, that would shit me so much.
Fucking cats. You have 2 cute little puppies, though, don't you, Scarlett?
Yeah, I've got 2 little poms.
They're so cute. They're so small. They're
my little baby.
What's
So
their
fluffy,
name?
but fucking Cherry and Dudley. Yeah, they are. The only thing about poms is though, my god, the molting. I cannot deal. I cannot deal. It's
No
6-7 weeks of just when you think they've got no hair left on their body. No, still keeps coming.
Yeah.
Still keeps coming.
It comes from inside of them at that point. That's how it goes, yeah. Now, were you going to, because you were going to take a journey to another side of Australia?
Yeah.
Were you going to take the puppies with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
they're coming with me.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
nice. That's nice.
So are you still planning on moving here after all of this is done, or?
Yeah, definitely. I was supposed to be moving in 2 weeks, which is crazy. But yeah, now it's just been postponed until whenever. Who knows? It was still happening.
Yeah, and I mean, everything will, especially within Australia, travel will kick back in. But I just heard today that international travel is looking like it's going to be on hold until 2023, which is great.
Oh my god!
Yeah, did you guys see that? Kelly sent me that this morning and was just like, great. Yeah, 2023 looks like that's when they're predicting that's when things will be back to normal. So not that we won't be able to travel until then, but places like America, it's fucked. So yeah, absolutely fucked. But at least you'll be able to shimmy across to Brisbane. You were moving, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. At least you'll be able to shimmy across to them.
Brisbane.
My old hometown. What's up? What's up? What's
Shit.
up?
You're gonna turn into
Did you
this.
used to live in Brisbane?
Yeah, babes. Yeah, I grew up
Oh,
there.
really? Oh, Kev.
Yeah. Well, that's a
I love
good
it.
segue to our Queensland fact, which is
Queensland segue.
Queensland segue. Queensland fact. Yeah.
Queensland segue.
Uh,
Tash, do you have a Queensland fact? Scarlett, do you have a Queensland fact?
What's your fact, Scarlett? You can start first. I actually have one. I thought of this yesterday, and I'm so.
I don't think I have a Queensland fact. If
Do you have?
you say yours, and then I might think of one.
It's
Okay.
honestly, like mine this time is actually a Bettie Queensland fact. And Bettie Queensland facts are usually just her telling a story about how drunk she was in Queensland and then realizing it was actually in Sydney and not in Queensland. That's it. Every time.
Literally
Queensland
every time.
facts.
Queensland
I'm like,
facts.
when I was in Brisbane, wait, no, this is definitely Geelong in Melbourne. But I'm going to tell it anyway. I'm going to tell a story. So can you literally, if something happened to you one time in Queensland, there's your fact, Gil.
Yeah, that's it. So
Oh,
I'll tell you
God.
mine. I'll tell you mine. You can have a thing.
You go.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So my Queensland fact that I just remembered the other day, and I feel like I haven't done it on the podcast, but if I have, please stop me, is that I used to have a Daihatsu Charade. It was like a little tiny like white car. I used to call it the Shiz Raid because like I had my number plates on there and they were Tashiz. Anyway, long story. So because we were so poor, one of us would drive, usually me in the Shiz Raid, to the city, like somewhere like at like usually like Kangaroo Point Cliffs. We'd park the car there, or we'd go to like the Valley like train station. We'd park the car there, and then we'd sit on the roof of my Charade and drink champagne. And so we'd like sit there and get drunk, and then usually we'd make friends with someone in the car park, and then we'd walk into the Valley or the city, and that was how we'd make friends, going out drunk. And we would also be drunk already before we went out, so we saved that dollar money. Yeah, there you go. Queensland fact.
Honestly, there was so much to that. There were so many layers in there.
So many layers.
Then I'm going to need to just revisit at some point.
Yeah,
Because you were just like, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And I was like,
I could see your face, and I was like, no, I'm going to get to the end of this, and then I'm going to wait for the inquiries because
you're like, I have a few inquiries, okay? The Daihatsu Charade? What?
Shiz Raid. Charade.
Shiz
Yes.
Raid. Great.
Shiz Raid.
So then you called it the Shiz Raid.
Yeah.
And you thought that was acceptable.
That was acceptable, yeah.
Was it though?
My number plates were Tashiz. It was the Shiz Raid. Charade. It was, a whole thing.
Which comes to my next point. Tashiz.
Shiz.
Man, fucking hell. I'm really glad you don't live in Queensland anymore.
Mates, this is like what made me who I am, Like
I love it. I love it so much that you used to
Absolutely.
sit on the roof of your car drinking champagne of all things, which is just so beautifully disgusting.
It wasn't champagne. It was like Yellow Glen, like fucking Sprite or something.
It was like sparkling. It was passion pop.
Back then I didn't know the
passion
difference
pop.
between champagne.
100%. You're like, yeah.
It's the same. It doesn't
Anything fizzy is champagne. Like that's what are you gonna say? That's it, 100%. I love that shit so much. Used to walk into the Valley. The Valley is disgusting. I love it. Is that where you got arrested that time?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the Valley
Dickloads.
on Brunswick Street. Brunswick Street, yeah, in the Valley Mall, out the front of Macca's. Believe it or not, I went to Macca's. Who knew?
Shocker. Shocker.
Oh, I know that. I know that, Macca's.
Yeah. The police beat across the road, got arrested in there. Stayed there for 4
Yeah.
hours. What up? Yeah.
What up?
I love it so much. That was a great fact, and thank you so much for sharing that with us.
That is okay. I was telling a friend about that story last night, and I was like, how have I not said this on the like that was like literally my life for like years. Like
Gorgeous.
and then when I tried to sell that car, like no one would buy it because it had a massive dent in the roof.
From when you were sitting on
We're sitting drinking champagne.
champagne. That
Champagne.
is beautiful.
Oh, there was like the times where we'd like have our like high heels off, and like sometimes I'd be driving on the road, and you know how sometimes when you can like see like little like marks or whatever on the front of your windscreen, and sometimes I'd see like footprints like all over my windscreen, like through
Coming down.
Oh yeah, that's probably bad.
That's not it. Didn't break though. Very safe. Didn't break.
Didn't
That's
break.
right. Yeah, that's good.
Didn't break. Scarlett, do you have a fact like that?
Yeah. Oh, look, I do have a fact.
Go.
The only time every time I've been to Queensland, I've slept with someone who was also a drag queen, which I don't do here in Perth because,
Oh.
like, sisters and working together and stuff like that. So the only time I've ever been to Queensland is I've had incest, which I think is very fitting for Queensland. So
it really is. Yeah,
it really does. You're just trying to embrace the culture there because you're going to move there.
Now you're going to move there and you've slept with some of the people that you're going to be working with. Oh, no, controversy.
Gosh.
Oh, you in danger, girl.
Danger. Man, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. Oh, my God. I have a Queensland fact.
Whack.
It's not that great, but it's good enough, okay? So,
okay, give it to me.
What happened was I was not in Queensland. It's about Queensland. A couple days ago. What's that?
Always never in Queensland.
Never in Queensland. I've never been to Queensland. No.
I've been to Queensland with you. That's a lie.
That is a lie, and that's okay. So that's great. One time in Queensland, we riffed for about an hour about hair. So that's something that we have done. We just were riffing about hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hair puns.
Hair puns. Just hair puns.
Yeah.
Hair puns for an entire hour.
For an hour. Might have been more. I rounded it down.
Okay.
I think it was about 2, but that's okay.
There was callback sessions as well. You know, like when you're like, what about this? And we probably
Yeah. That was important. No, I was out at a friend's place the other 2 nights ago, and we were just having some bevs. It was a super cute time. Then I didn't know this, but Chappelle Corby has a song.
What?
Oh yes. Yep. Yes, she does.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, she does.
Chappelle Corby has a song.
She released a song. Yeah,
and it says, I'm pretty sure it says, I'm in Queensland. That's one of the lyrics.
Oh.
That's one of the lyrics. I'm going to Google it right now because the song goes like a minute.
Why only a minute? Is that all she could come up with? Like,
honestly,
probably.
I don't know.
That's the only time they could get her out to get into the recording studio. She only had a minute worth of time.
That's it.
She had
a minute release.
Too much going on, you know. Any new idea, interviews to attend, and
the song is called "I'm in Queensland."
Great.
I'm in Queensland. So that's just a fact. It's not really about anything, but Chappelle Corby, I'm in Queensland. I played it. I think we played it about 7 times because we were like, again. Just kept playing it on repeat. So anyone that's listening, Chappelle Corby, I'm in Queensland. Get on it.
Check it out. Available on iTunes now.
It actually is. It's fucking cool.
I'm going to do a cover of it. I'm going to learn it. And
please.
What the fuck? If you don't do this?
Yeah, I'll do it. Well, I've got nothing but
I'm going to shit my pants. If you don't do this.
If you don't do it, I'm going to shit my pants.
I'm going to shit my pants.
So I can make you shit your pants by literally doing nothing. That's what. Yeah.
Whack.
Look, now upon reflection, I myself have some inquiries into my own statement.
Good. Yep. Threat. Good threat.
Yeah.
Real solid. Just like the shit in the pants.
Yes.
To summarize,
you will be shitting in your pants by the end of the week.
Just do the cover and it will be good and fine
Right.
for the sky. Me right here. Yeah.
Right. Well,
Beautiful.
it's only a minute long, so I've got time to learn that. Otherwise, I've got a heap on my
babe.
So.
You can, at least you can fit it in between Law and Order, SVU.
Oh,
yeah.
So I've had to. So basically, on Foxtel, they've only got like 5 or 6 seasons of it to stream, and nowhere else streams it. So I've had to start buying the DVDs of the missing seasons, and so I've got like season 1 and season 2, and then today season 3 and season 5 and 6 came in the mail, and I'm so excited. So
where are you buying these from? Where are they coming from? Like, what are you doing?
So, I don't know why this is so funny. So the first 2 seasons. I bought from catchoftheday.com.au.
Wow. Okay. Capture that day. Yes, bitch. Yes. Okay, great. Great.
Because, right, okay, hear me out. Was because I'm like crying right now. Like this.
You should be. Okay?
I'm such a weird person now.
I always made you fucking weird, man.
I was always weird. I've just got more time to be my true self.
It's true, actually.
Oh my God, you really are crying.
I can't
It's like, what?
Ooh, my nose is like literally going red. Like I'm crying. Okay, anyway,
Very emotional
because
time.
it was $30 to stream them, like to pay on iTunes to stream them, or I could have got a Capture the Day DVD for $12.95. So I was like, I'm gonna get a Capture the Day.
And then you own it forever.
I've got this shit forever. Next ISO, I'm fucking ready. You know.
Next ISO. I just hiccuped. That's how much this is affecting me. Woo! Oh shit!
My face hurts.
Oh no! Wow!
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. So getting away from me, I need to stop laughing because I'm literally about to cry.
Great. Okay, Scarlett. We have a segment on this podcast called Showbo Secrets. So, do you have any Showbo secrets that you would like to share with our audience? For example, we always use this one, Ruby Slippers. Fucking great tip. Get a frequent flyer program. That was her Showbo secret.
Oh, yeah, that is. I've only just recently done that too, and I'm like, what have I been doing?
I'm glad you got it recently because it's really gonna.
Yeah. It's really helped me out. Yeah. And all the flights that I put on my frequent flyer have now been cancelled. So it's like,
good.
Sitting on bronze.
Yeah, right. I got an email from Virgin, and they were like, "Don't worry, we'll put your points on hold so that they won't go away over this time of isolation for 1 year." And I was like, "But what if you're not flying or a company in 1 year's time? Like, this means nothing. This is not making me not worry. Like, just don't email me. Like, it's fine. I'm happy to
just don't email me.
Don't stress me out. I didn't even think about losing those points, and now I'm like, fuck. I had like 8,000 points. Fuck, I could have booked flights."
That's why I'm really thankful that I'm quite an impatient person because I fucking use those points as soon as I get them. I'm like, book it. And it's done.
Like a vacuum cleaner or something with my points, like just, you know.
Yeah.
You're really living large there, Tash.
Already got an iPod. Don't need one of those. Get a vacuum cleaner.
iPod.
Like an iPod Nano.
Like a pink one?
Yeah.
Got my Nano.
I got this with me points.
100,000 points. Oh, great. So I could have gone to America, but instead I got a fucking pink iPod Nano. Sick.
It's fucking on sale at Kmart for $49, but use my points. It's fine.
That's all you can do now because there's no flights. Like,
it's no flights. That's all you can do.
Doesn't matter.
Yes. Scarlett, my love, do you have a Showbo secret that you would like to share with the world?
Even like a makeup tip or a drag tip, you know. Whatever.
The one thing I tell people, I think especially in the drag community, the one thing I tell people is like the first thing I tell people when they ask about like coming into the drag world and stuff like that. A lot of people think that drag is like bitchy and shady and all that kind of stuff. And the one thing I tell people is just, because it's the best advice I ever got when I started doing drag was don't be a cunt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my Showbo's tip. Just don't be a cunt.
Absolutely. That's a fucking fantastic Showbo tip. Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, because I know people that like were coming into the industry, or people that are still in the industry now that people don't want to work with them. They're fabulous. They're talented, amazing people, but they don't get booked because they're not nice.
Absolutely. I was having this conversation actually yesterday about how it's really interesting in the entertainment industry. You can be the most talented human ever in the world, but if you're difficult to work with, or if you're just a cunt, no one's keen. You know, you will always hire the friend that is lovely and adaptable and, you know, easygoing and stuff like that. It's a great Showbo tip. Just don't be a cunt.
And
because the onstage section of working, or the onstage section is such a small part of actually working with someone and producing a show and doing that. So
That is literally what I was about to say, is that like realistically, like the performing part of it is like 30% and the other part of it is like 70%, like booking the gig, you know, emailing the music, like going back and forth about like lighting, like doing the sound, like the tech, blah, blah, blah. Like you actually spend 70% of your time together behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And 30% of it actually on stage.
Well, if you just think about it, you're on stage for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, let's say, and then the rest of it is literally figuring out the gig.
Yeah.
On stage, it's just tiny little bit. Don't be a cunt.
Which, if they're an asshole, it takes way longer. So, you know, you're spending even more time together. Like if you're being difficult.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good tip, girl. Tash, you got one in these ISO times?
Look, I have been really frequenting Amazon.com.au a lot because they have a lot of shit. I know this sounds dumb. So
why did you say the full web address just then?
Just
like it's not a small site.
It in. Right now.
HTTP // www.
Important. Thank you for all the information.
Guys, I've just had this much beer, all right? So fuck it.
That's true.
Oh my God, you finished it.
I know. I'm like, when can I have a gap to get more? It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. No, and so using, having a Prime membership, and that like you get all of the fastest deliveries anyway and for free. So I've been like, anytime I'll find something that I need to buy, like, for instance, Law and Order DVDs. The second round of Law and Order DVDs came from Amazon because I got 3 of them from the same seller, and I didn't have to wait for 2 separate accounts. Anyway, it's really
cool. No, that's nice. No, that's good.
And I mean, it was a tiny bit more expensive, but I got it in 2 days, whereas the other ones I had to wait like 2.5 weeks for them.
Oh, that's disgusting. No one wants to. No.
Who has time to wait for Law and Order SVU? You got to have it now.
I was like, I'll pay $15 a DVD, and so I bought 3 of those fuckers. Thank you.
Oh my God, you have a DVD player. That just occurred to me.
No, so we have an Xbox.
Ah, that's right. Got the console. Yep.
Yeah, Kev has an Xbox. I literally have no idea what to do with it. Every time I like get I was about to say remote, the controller, and I'm like, why am I pressing A to go play? I don't get it. Anyway.
I don't want to play it. Can you just stream?
Yeah.
Can you put on Drag Race?
Amazon Prime membership is my Showbo secret, is like, and makeup, everything. Like I got lights, you know, those little like round like mirror lights, LED kind of.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 of them that like hook into USB ports, and then I've got them on either side of my window. And so now I've got this like cute, if you look at my like latest video, you can see them, and it looks like this like old school like Hollywood like lights around the side of my thingy. And I got them from Amazon. They came in like 2 days, and I was like, I love Amazon Prime. Give me something in 2 days.
Heckin' cute. I'm just gonna transfer you like $500 and be like, can you buy me this? Can you buy me this? Can you buy me this?
I'll find the cheapest thing, and I'll just be like, Amazon Prime, done.
That's it. I love that.
Today's podcast is sponsored by AmazonPrime.com.
Not affiliated.
Thank you.
Not affiliated.
Hashtag not affiliated. Do you need something in a hurry? Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Wink.
And you get to watch the streaming service, which has nothing different to any other streaming service.
Anyway, that's great. I love that. Do I have a Showbo tip for these times?
The Bunnings LED
light. Pardon?
The Bunnings LED light.
Well, I was just about to say, I have pieced together this little like home studio pretty easily in the regard of like, this is some fucking dodgy spotlight fabric that I literally hot glue gun together and put a curtain rod through and hung from the curtains that were already there. I was just like, you know, and the glue gets everywhere and you're like, fuck, ow. But it was worth it. And then I got some floodlights from Bunnings. They cost me like $60 each. I got a tripod from JB Hi-Fi for like $30 because my pal works there. I got a really cool, you know those things that you put your phone in, you turn them on and they like automatically stabilize everything? And you can do like cool panning and shit. I got one of those as well.
You got like a steady cam?
I got it. Yeah, for like $100. Right. My friend does work at JB Hi-Fi, so he helped us out with a discount. But I got one of those, and I was just like, cool. It's a tooch of money right now, but it's literally something I use every day. That's you don't have to like go massive with it, I don't think, especially just use what you can. I was like, yeah, Bunnings, let's fucking get it done.
Also, I would have to say another like extra tip now that I've, stopped talking
Please hit me.
Law and Order, is that our phones have really fucking sensational cameras on them, and that if you've got the right lighting, you can create really high quality like content, like videos and stuff of you at home. It's just literally all about having a plain background and the other side of your camera, not the selfie side, and lighting, and if you
literally
don't have lighting, the afternoon, like I'm literally just sitting in the afternoon sun right now, and like it's just completely lit up enough. It's just about figuring out when that happens.
Well, the good
thing about go for it.
No, you go, Ben.
The good thing about ISO is that it's sort of forcing, because we have to like work with the cards we've been dealt, it's sort of forcing us to get clever about creating content and making, like having good lighting and stuff like that, which is something that we can carry on over into when isolation is over.
Absolutely.
We'll still be able to create really great content.
Well, that's it. We can do cheeky little home bits. You can film little bits and pieces just with your phone, just with your Bunnings floodlights. Just because you can go outside doesn't mean that you're like, I don't need any of this creative stuff anymore. Like that whole video that I just released, the Bury the Friend one to Billie Eilish, that was all shot on an iPhone. The whole thing.
Yeah. So good.
And it was edited in iMovie. And I may have broken into a few cemeteries and almost been killed, but it was.
I know the exact cemetery you went to.
Yeah.
I've filmed in that cemetery as well. I did a high school project in there. It was Romeo and Juliet. We did it in that cemetery.
It is such a beautiful cemetery.
So pretty.
Did I tell the story about how I almost got murdered last podcast?
No.
Girl. Some real shit happened. So my beautiful partner Georgia and I, we've broken in to the cemetery. Broken in is a strong word. We jumped a fence with all of our stuff and we were just like, respectful. And we'd scoped it out the beginning of the week. Everything was gravy. We were so fine. And we're filming forever. That was really discreet, Tash. Well done. We were filming for like a couple of hours and like, we're just like going about it, getting all these different shots. And then we just hear this fucking guttural scream from across the cemetery. And we were like, great, the zombies are here. Okay. And then we just sort of look at each other and Georgia just says, somebody's in the cemetery. And she turns off the floodlight. I turn off my floodlight. She picks up her phone and I like slowly take off my heels. And there's this man walking towards us screaming like crazy shit. And we were like, okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Like full on, this man will not be a nice time. So we luckily we were in this kind of area with this huge tree. So we just very quietly kind of take ourselves over. I'm literally naked with pasties on at this point. So that's not great. Standing behind this tree. Yeah. And this man goes on like a half an hour. He was definitely like messed up to the max. Half an hour rampage about how he was going to rape, murder, and skin us alive. And then vomit and shit on our graves after he'd murdered us.
So he knew you were there. He'd seen you.
Yeah, and we were wondering how long he'd been watching us because then he started yelling some very specific things about us. And he was like going around all the bits of the church that we were in. All this crazy shit was occurring. And he was just screaming about how he was going to murder us. He was like just there, like on the other side of the tree. And I think because he was so fucked up, we turned all the lights off and he couldn't see where we were. He was just like figment of our imagination kind of stuff. And it got to the point where he started crying for a bunch and it was very heartbreaking and then screaming about how he was going to rape and murder us again. And we were like, great. Then he kind of trailed off a little bit. Yeah, it was Georgia like runs over to our stuff, picks it all up. We zip it up into this suitcase. I'm still like naked. This man is rampaging and we're like, okay, cool. What are we going to do? He starts screaming about the lesbians. Oh, we'll fucking kill you. And we were like, great. So this is definitely directed at us. Great. And we managed to escape, like literally escape, running through the cemetery. I had no shoes on. Georgia's like, come on, and just ran. And then we had to jump a fence. I had like bruises all up my body because we were trying to escape. And this man just disappeared into the distance and didn't murder us. It was so much.
Yay, that's so cool.
Oh my God, that's fucking terrifying.
It was truly terrifying. And it's funny because Georgia and I both responded in the same way. We were like, okay, great. So if we need to, we're just going to get the light, and then run. Great. Okay, great. And we were just like, okay, fantastic. And then we both very slowly kind of just like bobbed down to be more silent. And we were like, just going to go down here. Okay, great.
God.
It was so fucking much.
But you still got all the footage you needed.
Yeah, we got it all. Don't you worry. Ooh. We're waiting for Billy to have a look at the
Yeah, what is
clip.
she doing?
I know, like, what a bitch. Like, I know you're busy, but it's COVID.
I mean, super considerate of the crazy person to let you finish filming, though. Like, thank you so much.
Honestly, like, I wish I could meet him to thank him for that. Yeah, it was so much.
Wow.
Yeah, that was we literally got in the car and we were like, wow, we were locked in here with a crazy meth man. Let's go to Macca's. And we went to Macca's.
let's treat ourselves, girl.
100%.
We deserve it.
Really, so much. And then we went to another cemetery and we were like, I think we've pushed our luck for this evening. Let's leave. And we did.
Yeah. Wowza.
I know. What a time to be alive.
Scarlett, we're
Oh my God, the beer.
Oh my God. She full again.
She just snuck out, comes back with a full head-sized beverage of beer. Not like, I'll just go half. She's gone the full.
Look,
You got a whole keg, girl.
if I'm in, I'm in, you know? Like,
That's it. That's
A penny
it.
in for a pound.
I got 50 fucking litres of this shit. I got to get through it by fucking next week, you know? So I can get another cheaper ISO keg, you know? Because you don't want the bath to open and then he's not going to sell it to us for cheap. So we need to kind of get through this first one.
Stock up.
Get another one.
That's true.
Otherwise, we could just like keep it in our bathtub for a while or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. Just stockpile it.
Buckets of ice just in the bathtub with a keg. The cats will be like, where the fuck's my kitty litter at? I'll be like, doesn't matter. We've got a keg, babes. You're fine.
We've got a lot on. Okay, we've got a keg. That's good.
Third cat comes in, is like drunk. Anyway. Same. No, what I was going to ask you, Scarlett, just before we do let you go, is something that we ask almost everyone on our podcast, which is that, you know, when we were, I mean, now it seems like it was such a dream and it was amazing, but when you are in the, you know, fucking grind of being a performer, and sometimes it does all get a bit too much, or if that has ever happened to you, what is it that you do for yourself to get you out of, like, you know, either a creative slump or just like, you know, the little voices in your head being like, it's not good enough, you're not good enough, we're never going to make it. Like, what do you do to like kind of turn yourself around to keep you going, doing this crazy life?
I try to every year take a holiday, a 3-week holiday, and go like leave Australia completely, like go over Europe, America, somewhere, and just go experience culture somewhere else. And I usually like when I went to America and when I went to Europe, I came back like really re-energized and really sort of, because you get to see artists over there doing something completely different in a completely different culture. You're like, oh, maybe I can bring some of that into what I do. So I guess, yeah, every year, like otherwise, if I'm just like working, digging, it just gets too much and you need a holiday.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Taking that time out for yourself to like, you know,
absolutely,
and re-energize, definitely. You won't be able to do that till 2023.
So I'm gonna be 2023. I'm gonna be fucked.
Just go away for the entire year, like just
put like that background that you can do when you're on like photo booths of just like
oh my god, yeah, just like Paris. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, just like oui, fromage, and you'll be fine. That's it. Escargot. I don't know. That's what you can do. Perfection. Well, Scarlett, my love, it has been a dream to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to see your beautiful faces again. I miss you so much.
We love you, darling. And yeah, thank you so much for coming and chatting with us and seeing Tash get drunk. It's great. It's great.
I'm not.
Yeah. Virtual cheers.
Virtual cheers. Boo.
Cheers, boo.
All right, my love. Well, you stay safe in these COVID times. And I'm sure I'll see you soon because we live in the same place.
Yes. I know.
Jealous.
How crazy. You're a WA girl now.
I know. It's so strange, isn't it?
Okay. Did you just do a W and an A with your fingers? I love
WA.
I don't even know. I'm not just doing the robot. Yeah. I'm part Melbourne, part WA, so that's what this is. Might go now. Bye. I've got a wheelie chair. I'm not afraid to use it.
Very good. All right, my loves. Thank you so much. Stay safe and
I love you.
on the internet.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.